Hi, my name is Leo Falcom. I'm a service and technology concierge here with Courtesy Acura in Littleton, Colorado. Welcome to another comparison video today. I have the beautiful 2018 Acura MDX with super handling all-wheel drive right next to a brand new Lexus RX350L, which is their newest third-row vehicle. It's very comparatively sized. You can see here from the front end, the largest difference happens to be the grille. I want to point out the use of the LED headlights on the Acura MDX as opposed to a little bit more traditional HID headlight system for the Lexus. The LEDs are going to burn brighter, wider, and farther than the traditional HIDs that are on the Lexus. They are bright, but they are not as vivid as the MDX. We're going to go over a couple more things as we do this video today, and it's going to be short and sweet. Any comments that you have, please feel free to leave them, and any questions that you have, don't hesitate to give me a call. So the first thing I noticed about the interior of the car doesn't happen to be the electronics or the elongated dashboard, the long nose on the vehicle that kind of tends to trail off. I'm in the Lexus right now, of course, with the big L here, excuse me. But the first thing I really notice is that I feel a little bit cramped here in the driver's seat. Not so much in terms of shoulder room, but more in leg room. When my foot is on the gas pedal, it touches the center console because of the contour here, and it really feels like it limits me a little bit. Also, I'm kind of a big guy. I'm 6'1". I like my seat as far back and as far down as it usually goes, even in the MDX. That is the position that I'm in currently, and I really feel like I'm close to the ceiling. I didn't see much of a difference in terms of overall height while we were outside of the car, but I really feel it when we're inside the car. I just feel closed in up top and on my right side. The left is very open. The armrest is at a okay location, I think, and the shoulder room is good. It's just these other little things that I noticed that make the MDX just a little bit more spacious, especially in the front of the cabin. So here we are in the Acura MDX, again in the driver's seat. Acura logo up front here, not as big and bolstered, but just as subtle and refined. The front end of the vehicle, I can tell, drops off a little bit more significantly than the Lexus RX350L. I feel like I know where my nose is a lot better. The legroom, though, for the driver is much more sufficient. Our center console is located a little bit lower, which gives my knee a lot more room to move and feel free to move back and forth between the gas and brake without having to hit any obstructions, which is great. I mentioned that the headroom in the Lexus felt a little tight, but as I'm sitting in here and noticing, I think it's very much the same. I've got the seat again all the way back and all the way down as far as it'll go. 6'1", big guy, want to make sure that I've got the room, and I kind of feel like headspace is about the same, maybe a smidge more, but nothing too crazy. However, our car does kind of pick up here and have a little bit of an alcove for the headroom space, which I think is really great. It's just a comfortable, open driver's seat. Anybody of any size, as long as you're not Shaquille O'Neal, should be okay to jump in and feel comfortable driving in any situation. All right, so here I am on the back end of the Lexus RX350L. Excuse me for not saying the 350 earlier. I was under the impression it was just the RXL. That is my bad, but we're moving a little bit quickly today, and I want to make sure to get this comparison video done. Here on the back end of the car, both the MDX and Lexus have a one-touch opening system. Simple one-touch underneath the logo on the back of the car opens up the lift gate. However, we see that the lift gate is limited. I have this very short range of how far it actually opens, so a taller gentleman like myself, even a taller woman, may have difficulties getting in and out of this without watching their head significantly. I also want to point out how long it can take for the third row seats to actually fold flat and then come back up into their upright position. It's kind of cool that they're electronic, but they happen to take almost 10 seconds to go all the way down, and then that same 10 seconds to come all the way back up. As we're waiting, in today's busy lifestyle, we might not have time to wait for these. We might have to throw stuff in and get and go, or we just might want to make sure that, they are all the way down. There is a cool indicator. If I leave it in that position, it is kind of nice that the car will make that alert tone, and then I know that the seat needs to go all the way down. One other thing that I noticed on the back end of this car is the cargo area, or the extra cargo space that's underneath the back of the cargo area. Number one, can be a little flimsy, and it's not necessarily a cargo area, it's more of a storage area. You do get the nice rear privacy shield accessory with the Lexus, where it doesn't come with the Acura, but I think that the Acura's advantage, actually, you know what, you'll see when we go to the Acura. Get that all back in there, nice. The last thing I want to point out is the third zone climate control. Both the Acura and Lexus have a tri-zone climate system. The Lexus works the front driver and front passenger independently, and the third zone is for the third row passengers only. Now, I'm not really sure why they decided to give the third zone in the third row so much control, when most of the time third rows don't get used as often as the second. I think that the MDX has a significant advantage there, because your passengers, when you're only with 3 or 4 people, are going to be able to control their level of comfort, as opposed to just relying on the front controls to give that second row its climate system. Here we are now on the back of the Acura MDX with super handling all-wheel drive. Didn't get a chance to compare that to Lexus today, but of course, if you have any questions, you can call me at any time. I'm happy to answer any comparisons between these two cars whenever you would like. Again, same one-touch button underneath the logo. About the same speed to raise the tailgate or lift gate. However, with the design on our car, you can see that there's a few more inches on here. Again, I'm a tall guy, but a few inches can go a long way in terms of making sure that you don't hit your head when you get in and out of the car. Now, as far as the third row folding up and down, it might not be electronic. You know, there's not a lot of controls back here. There's no controls. But this lever right here is super quick. I mean, super quick. Again, today's busy lifestyle, I gotta get in and go, and I'm done. That's all it takes. It's absolutely wonderful. If you notice, we have no climate controls in the third zone. That's okay. Again, the third row is not used as much as the second row, so we want to make sure that your second row passengers are just as comfortable as the front driver and front passenger can be in this car with their own control system. We noticed that we've got extra storage, a nice cubby back here, where the Lexus RX350L unfortunately missed that. This is still covered. Inside our storage compartment, same kind of latch lever, but I can't really, I'm not pulling that off. Not only that, but I'm not holding it up. I'm not keeping it where it needs to be so that I can get in, and I have ample storage space back here. Almost 3 more basketballs can fit back here. About 2 cubic feet, 2 to 3 cubic feet, but basketballs is the way that I like to approach that. This guy can just come right down. And on the last video, you should have noticed that there is another button at the top of the tailgate. Again, identical. There's a lot of similarities between them, but I wanted to show the differences, the ease of use, the reasons why you may choose an Acura over the new Lexus RX350L. Thank you for joining me today. Unfortunately, the wind and weather has interrupted my comparison video. I have most of the answers that you were looking for, though. Any questions that you have regarding the Acura MDX super handling all-wheel drive, I'm happy to answer. And any comparisons that you would like me to give firsthand between the Lexus and Acura, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I'm happy to help at any time. That's 303-795-7800. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please stay warm.